and welcome to my channel. ഏവർക്കും എൻ്റെ ചാനലിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. So today we will begin the session with discussing some of the MCQs related with our specialty. Since many of the exams are uplifting and since many of the viewers have requested for the classes, I have planned for continuing the classes for the coming sessions also. So the topic for today's session is X-ray production. So first I will begin with the class on X-ray production, followed by we will be discussing the frequently asked MCQs related with this X-ray production. And yet another glad news to share with all my viewers is that one of my real-time viewer of anesthesia technology have got HCPC registration without IELTS. So now also many of them are receiving HCPC without IELTS. So those who wish to fly to UK, start doing HCPC registration. I have already prepared a video and I will be putting the link of that video in my description box. Even she have qualified NHS interview and she is looking forward for doing UK NARIC. So related with that UK NARIC also I have prepared a video. I will be putting the link of that video also in my description box. And if you have any queries or if you have any suggestions or if you need any assistance for doing HCPC registration, you can either mail me or you can even WhatsApp me. I will be putting the mail address as well as my WhatsApp number in my description box so that you can freely contact me. And if you need any portions or any topics to be included, you can either mail me or you can WhatsApp me. So let us begin today's session and patiently watch till the end and stay tuned. So let's begin today's session, tutoring of radiography part 1. So the topic for the today's session is X-ray production. So let's see how X-rays are produced. X-rays are produced due to the sudden deceleration of the fast-moving electrons when they collide and interact with the target anode. So X-rays are produced due to the sudden deceleration of the fast-moving electrons. So let's see from where these electrons are produced and when they collide and interact with the target anode. So during this process, about 99% of heat is produced and less than 1% of X-rays are produced. So in this process of deceleration, more than 99% of the electron energy is converted into heat. That means that 99% of heat is produced and less than 1% of energy is converted into X-rays. So 1% of X-rays are produced and 99% is of heat. So how these electrons are produced? Let's see. For that we can know that what is thermionic emission in X-ray tube. So what is meant by thermionic emission? The heating of the filament leads to the release of electrons in a process called thermionic emission. So when the filament gets heated up, it releases the electrons and that process is known as thermionic emission. Next, let's see what all are the contents in the X-ray tube design or what all are there in the X-ray tube. The first one is the cathode. As you all have studied in your schooling that cathode is a negative charge and it is an electron source in the X-ray tube and it is formed of a material known as tungsten. That is, tungsten is in the form of wire. Next is the target. Target is to stop the electrons and it is of anode. Anode is having a positive sign. And the material is of either tungsten or tungsten with rhenium. Nowadays in the modern X-ray tube, it is formed of tungsten with rhenium. Tungsten is about 90% and rhenium is about 10%. Then comes the focusing cup, it is formed of nickel. Next, when a high voltage supply is given to accelerate the electrons, the electron will possess a high kinetic energy, so that the moving electron will be having a high kinetic energy, or the energy possessed by this electron is kinetic energy. Then this X-ray tube is of vacuum and the tube insert. So outside the tube, this tube is covered, means the cathode or the anode, everything is inside a glass envelope, and the material which is formed of this glass envelope is borosilicate glass, which is otherwise known as the Pyrex glass. So what is the peculiarity of this glass is to withstand the heat. As I said in my previous slide, that about 99% of heat is produced. So in order to withstand that heat, this is formed of Pyrex glass, that is borosilicate. This is the figure, or this is the clear picture of an X-ray tube. Here you can see cathode, you can see cathode is seen as a wire. And you can see the focusing cup. Focusing cup is made up of nickel, and when we are applying or when we are giving a voltage to this X-ray tube, this cathode will get heated up, okay, and heated up with the addition of the electrons. So that process is known as thermionic emission. So the purpose of this focusing cup is to focus the electrons to the target anode, and this focusing cup is formed of nickel. Sometimes these electrons will be clubbing at the cathode side. As a part of this clubbing, that effect is known as space charge effect, that the clubbing of the electrons near to the cathode area is known as the space charge effect, and this electron will be possessing a kinetic energy, that is a moving energy, and this electron will be coming and hitting this target, that is of anode. Okay, so the cathode is formed of tungsten, anode is formed of tungsten, that is modern X-ray tube is tungsten and plus rhenium. And when these electrons is coming and hitting this X-ray tube, that hitting, that electrons coming and hitting that point is known as the focal spot. And when these electrons are hitting, the energy of this electron is converted into heat as well as X-ray. As I said before, 99% is formed of heat and only 1% is of X-ray. So when an X-ray, when an electron is coming and hitting a particular place, the heat of that particular area will be very high, and the anode will get heated up and there is a chance for cracking. So in spite of stationary anode, now the modern X-ray tube is of rotating anode. All those things we will be discussing in the next session. And all these content or the components of the X-ray tube is molded in a glass envelope containing vacuum. And there is a lead casing outside as well as oil for heat conduction. So the heat should be conducted outside. So it is encapsulated with oil, and these X-rays are coming down through this window that is known as beryllium window. So again we will be looking forward the MCQs based on these topics. So let's begin with the first question. So the question number 1. The filament of an X-ray tube is made up of tungsten due to option A, high melting point, Option B, stable electron emission at high temperature. Option C, good mechanical strength and long life. And option D is all the above. The answer is option D, all the above. These all are the qualities of the tungsten, and these all are the reasons for using tungsten as a filament in an X-ray tube. Because it is having high melting point, it is having a strong, stable electron emission, and it is having a good mechanical strength and long life. Moving on to the second question. Question number 2. The filament in X-ray tube emits electron by process. Option A, space charge effect. Option B, thermionic emission. Option C, both above, and option D, none above. The answer is option B, thermionic emission. Moving on to the next question. Question number 3. Anode is made up of option A, tungsten with rhenium, option B, pure tungsten, option C, molybdenum, and option D, none of the above. The answer is option A, tungsten with rhenium. Question number 4. X-rays are produced when anode of high atomic number, that is tungsten, is bombarded by option A, accelerated light photons, option B, high speed electrons, option C, low speed electrons, and option D, none of the above. The answer is option B, high speed electrons. So the next question, question number 5. In modern X-ray tube, the amount of electrons utilized in producing X-rays are option A, 99%, option B, 50%, option C, 10%, and option D is 1%. The answer is option D, 1%. Question number 6. Tungsten is the ideal material for anode because it has option A, high atomic number 74. It is having high melting point, that is 3370 degrees Celsius. And option C, high specific heat and thermal conductivity. And option D, all the above. The answer is option D, all the above. Before in the first question was related with tungsten. These are also the other peculiarities of tungsten, why it is using as the anode. Moving on to the next question, question number 7. In modern X-ray tube, the amount of electrons utilized in producing X-rays are option A, 99%, option B, 50%, option C, 10%, and option D is 1%. The answer is option D, 1%. As I said before, that is 99% of heat and 1% of X-rays are produced in an X-ray tube. Question number 8. The melting point of tungsten target is option A, 1480 degrees Celsius, option B, 2800 degrees Celsius, option C, 2000 degrees Celsius, and option D is 3370 degrees Celsius, and the answer is option D, 3370 degrees Celsius. Moving on to the next question, question number 9. Advantages of rotating anode X-ray tubes are option A, quick dissipation of heat, option B, high output of X-ray tube, option C, short exposure time, and option D is all the above. The answer is option D, all the above. In modern X-ray tubes, nowadays the X-ray tubes are having rotating anode. It is because of in order to dissipate the heat, in order for high output of X-ray tube, and for short exposure time. Moving on to the next question, question number 10. The glass envelope of diagnostic X-ray tube is made up of option A, borosilicate, option B, ordinary glass, option C steel, and option D is none of the above. The answer is option A, borosilicate, which is otherwise known as Pyrex glass. Moving on to the next question, question number 11. The amount of kinetic energy utilized in the production of the X-rays are option A less than 1%, option B less than 40%, option C less than 90%, and option D is more than 99%. The answer is option A less than 1%. Moving on to the next question. Modern X-ray tubes used in diagnostic radiology has option A vacuum, option B helium gas, option C carbon dioxide, and option D is none. The answer is option A vacuum. Hope you all are happy with today's class. So we will be continuing this class in the coming sessions also. Many of them have requested me for doing Koru registration. I will be doing that Koru registration shortly. So with that, I am coming to the end of the today's session. As I say, always don't forget to share among your friends, colleagues, and even subscribe and enable the bell icon too, so that you will receive the notifications of all the videos I am uploading. And please do support me. Your support is my strength. So with that, I am coming to the end of today's session. Until then, stay tuned, stay safe and stay healthy, and patiently wait for my next update.